Space, evolution, and ramen. What do all three things have in common? Time. In the words of Doctor Who,
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
playing games can feel like a committed relationship, with 20 plus hours of side missions, grinding, and boss fights. But what if you want to play something shorter? Let us take a look at games that you can dive into in just a few hours, from heartbreaking stories to emotional journeys to downward weird experiences. Journey, you play a silent rogue traveler crossing an endless desert, and your goal is to travel towards a distant mountain. You travel from sweeping dunes to snowy peaks, and you also meet other players who are traveling on the journey. What makes this special is not the goal, but the collaboration and exploration. Venba is a heartfelt narrative cooking game about a South Indian family who immigrates to Canada in the 1980s. You play Venba, a mother trying to preserve her culture through food. The story unfolds across decades using dishes as puzzles and reveals the family memories and the weight of rebuilding a new life from scratch. Gone Home is a first person exploration game. It follows a young woman, Katie, who returns to her empty family home after traveling a year abroad. As you explore, you begin to piece together your sister's story through letters, notes, and forgotten belongings, and uncovering a story about growing up and things left unsaid. Donut County is a physics puzzle game where you play a hole in the ground that swallows everything. What Remains of Edith Finch is a first person narrative game where you play Edith and explore her family home and uncover the strange and tragic stories of each of her relatives. A unique storytelling about family and fate. What Remains of Edith Finch is a first person narrative game where you explore her family home. Unpacking is a puzzle game about arranging your belongings in a new home across different stages of life. Through objects alone, it is a quiet story of memories, change, and personal growth. A Short Hike is an open world exploration game where you play Claire, a young bird hiking up a mountain for a phone reception. Along the way, you meet quirky characters, explore freely, and soak in the peaceful vibes. Inside is a puzzle platformer. You play a nameless boy escaping from shadowy figures and monstrous machines. The story unfolds through its eerie atmospheric world. Beacon Pines is a cozy yet eerie narrative horror adventure set in a storybook. You both play the main character, a young dinn named Luca, investigating secrets in his quiet town, and the narrator who can rewrite the story by collecting words, charms that can change key moments. Untitled Goose Game is a stealth puzzle game. You play a goose causing havoc in a quiet English village, ruining everyone's day. Limbo is a puzzle platformer where you play a young boy searching for his sister in the shadowy world. Gris is a beautiful platformer about grief and healing. You guide a young woman in a dreamlike world where color, music, and movement return as she processes her emotions. Coffee Talk is a cozy narrative game where you play a late night barista in a fancy Seattle, serving drinks and listening to heartfelt stories from your customers. The Return of Obra Dinn is a mystery puzzle game set aboard on a ghost ship in the 18th century. You play an insurance investigator with a magical pocket watch and relive the crew's final moments. Stray is a third-person adventure where you play a lost cat exploring a robot-inhabited cyber city, solving environmental puzzles and uncovering forgotten history, all through a cat's perspective. If there's any games that you can think of that I missed out, please comment down below and see you later.